It is a great day to be a Pioneer here on Campus Field because Sacred Heart University beat the former NEC champs St. Francis University this past weekend on the road at St. Francis. And it was a great game. It was back and forth the entire game, and I was on my toes the entire game. There was so many great performers, and we'll get to all of them. Sam Renzi being NEC Special Teams Player of the Week, went 3 for 3 on Saturday, and Rob McCoy really connected with his wide receivers this past weekend, and I think that he's one that we need to touch on. So how would you grade your performance this past week?
Well, it's totally different. You know, we talked about it, what we needed to do to get a win as a team, and everybody was involved. And I do think that Rob McCoy played outstanding. It was, you know, going back to last year, what the games he was in, and this year, I think that was his best game by far as the Sacred Heart Pioneer. I think he was 14 of 25. He had 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. He protected the ball, and let's not forget, I think the receivers played outstanding too. They didn't play as well versus Wagner, and Coach Clements and Coach Gardner got those guys going. But I think one of the reasons why we won is because the quarterback, the receivers up front. And let's go back. We ran the ball for over 200-something yards of offense. Malik went over 100. Rob had 64 yards. And Jalen Madison, I believe, had close to 68, 70 yards on the ground. So I think going back, looking at it, when the receivers played well, it helped open up the run game for us. And again, it was great when you can have 430 yards of total offense and not turn the ball over and score 37 points. You know you're doing something right. So very proud of those guys, and hopefully this week they take it up a notch and they continue to play like they can.
Yeah, you guys had the most rushing and passing yards this past game than you have all season, and Jalen Madison has gone every game with a touchdown. The last player to do that was Julius Chestnut in the spring of 2021 during your guys' COVID years. So it's great to see that there's still great talent on this team. You guys are battling, like you said in a post-game interview, and you played good football, which is amazing to see. So speaking of good football, going again back to Sam Renzi, after he scored the game-winning field goal and all of the players rushed into the opposite end zone and they were piling on top of each other, really taking in this victory. Is that do you look forward to that as a coach?
Absolutely. You want the kids to be rewarded, and there's nothing that makes you happier as a coach than to see a walk-off field goal or a walk-off touchdown and the kids celebrate with the excitement. I mean, we've had a lot of big wins here, but obviously that goes down as one of the better ones again. And you want the kids to have that feeling. You want them to remember what it felt like to strain for 60 minutes and to put everything they had into it and to come out on top. And I love seeing it as a coach. I love seeing the players celebrate and having that smile on their face, and makes for the bus ride home a lot easier, I can tell you that.
Yeah, especially since it's 6 hours away, for sure. So moving forward to this weekend, you guys are playing right here on this field versus Merrimack. Family weekend, and it is going to be packed. We love this weekend every single year. So what are you looking forward to see this week?
The big thing is I want to see our kids respond and not play one game of 60 minutes. We want to be able to do it week to week to week, and this is a thing that we see if we can have our team play like they did last Saturday, this Saturday, and maybe even take it up a notch. Like we talk about not leveling off, not dropping down, but to continue to climb each week. I think they've gotten better. I know one thing last week, and I talked about it after the game. Our team became a football team on Saturday versus St. Francis, and I want to see that same energy, that same effort, the same communication, everything that goes into winning a college football game. I want to see that this Saturday versus Merrimack.
What does a win like this mean for the Sacred Heart community?
Well, I hope this past weekend, knowing that the kids can do it now instead of thinking they can do it, but they've actually went out and did it, and they know they can play good football and they can play as a team, that they build some confidence off it, and it, springboards this into the next NEC game, which is this week versus Merrimack.
Yeah. One last quick question. What do you love most about the Sacred Heart football team parents, since it is family weekend this weekend?
The fact that we can get 8,000 to 10,000 people here for a game, and everybody comes out and makes the kids feel great to pack this place, and the excitement, the energy, and hopefully they're loud and they play well. They play well this weekend.
Congratulations to you, Coach. And we love you, parents. We can't wait to see you this weekend right here on Campus Field. If you weren't able to get a ticket to the game, you can watch us on NEC Front Row. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock this Saturday. We'll catch you next week on Inside the Huddle.